let me know so that we can have discussion. Last session we have talked about Fusion applications, what is ERP, and why Oracle has introduced another Fusion applications into the market. And it's okay. Yes. If someone is on unmute, please keep it unmute. When you have some doubts, please raise the hand and go ahead. Dasratha, you are on unmute. Yes, thank you. Anyone is from non-ERP background? Please let me know. Anyone is non-ERP, like you don't have any experience about ERP earlier? Yes, Jerina. Fine. So someone has asked, yes. It seems someone are trying to speak, like Jerina or somebody. I'm not able to hear properly. Please enter in chat window your text information so that I can reply. Yes. Any doubts are there, please enter in chat window so that I can just read your doubt and go for reply. Yes, Jerina, it seems some problem from your end. I'm not able to hear you. Yes, please enter in chat window. Fine. So someone has asked why we have divided the Fusion Technical into two parts. Okay. So one is Fusion Technical Part 1, another one is Fusion Technical Part 2. Okay. So the reason is, if you are working with Fusion applications in cloud SaaS model, projects, the first part is required. If the Fusion application is running on the cloud SaaS model, if you are learned, first part is more than enough. Okay. Then if you are going to work in the cloud PaaS model or on premises, we'll find these things. This is the work. So that's a reason we divided into two parts. Okay. So we cannot work directly with the second part. First, we have to go for the first one. Once we complete, then only we can go for second part. Okay. Let me know still any doubts are there in the syllabus. I can clarify. Fine. So in the Fusion Technical first part, first we'll be talking about introduction of Fusion applications. Okay. So in Fusion applications, how to create an implementation project. This we have done last session. What is Fusion and what are the different domains we have? Fusion Financials, Fusion HCM, Fusion Supply Chain Management, CRM, And people who are from EBS background, means people who are already working in Oracle applications. Okay, so they will be knowing this following keywords called domains: financial domain, HR domain, okay, CRM domain, sales domain, like this we call it, right? So in Fusion applications we call it as offerings. In other domains or in Oracle applications, we call it as domains. In Fusion applications, we call it as offerings. Okay. In every domain, we will find modules. Like financial domain, we will find financial modules. HR domain, we will find HR modules. Nowadays, we are not calling it as a HR. We are calling it as HCM, Human Capital Management. The reason why we are calling as HCM, earlier we used to call it as HRMS, Human Resource Management System. But nowadays we are going to call it as HCM, Human Capital Management. Okay, the reason why we are calling it as management is now more management modules are introduced. More management modules are introduced in the HR. Okay, so that's why we are calling it as an HCM, like talent management, goal management, performance management, profile management, like this. We have seen more. That's a reason we are going to call it as capital management, to manage the entire HR business transactions. It will be used. Okay. Next, we call it as a modules here, and in Fusion applications, we call it as a features. In Fusion applications, we call it as a features. Menu, we call it in EBS. Menu is nothing but a group of forms, whereas in Fusion applications, we call it as a task list. In EBS or any other ERPs, we call it as menu. In Fusion applications, we call it as a task list. What is meant by task list? Group of task. Group of task. Whenever you group some tasks, it will become as a task list. Whenever we group some tasks, it will become as a task list. Okay, group of tasks. It will become as a task list. Fine. Next, in menu is nothing but a group of forms. Task list is nothing but a group of tasks. What is meant by task? For example, create a location is a task. Hire employee is a task. Transfer employee is a task. Terminate employee is a task. Like that, we'll find the tasks. Whenever we group these tasks, it will become as a task list. It will become as task list. In EBS, in Oracle applications, we used to have D2K forms and OAF pages. In Fusion applications, completely ADF pages. This entire Fusion applications is designed by using the ADF pages. These all are ADF pages. This Fusion applications is designed by using the ADF pages. Okay. In EBS, we have D2K reports. We have seen XML reports, BI reports, Discoverer reports. These all we have seen in this area. And now we have BI reports, OTBA reports, OBI reports. So ADF pages we have developed. Sorry, we are developing in Fusion applications, and BI reports, OTBA reports, OBI. This all comes as a technical part. So this is just comparison between Oracle applications and Oracle Fusion applications. Okay, people who are not from EBS background, means people who are not working in Oracle applications, then they may not be able to understand comparison. But don't worry, that is just for only applications people. I have given the comparison between EBS and Fusion applications. Okay, so any doubts here we can discuss. So first we have completed introduction to Oracle Fusion last session. Now today we are going for implementation project. So whenever we are implementing Fusion applications to the client, for example, your client is Heritage client. Your client is Heritage client. They have business in Hyderabad, Bangalore and Chennai. Like that, let's say they have 30, 40 branches. Now they decided to use Fusion applications software to enter their business transactions. Okay, so we'll go for implement Fusion applications to their business. So first what we have to do is we have to create an implementation project. What is the definition of implementation project? What is mean by implementation project? Implementation project is nothing but a group of offerings. Implementation project is nothing but group of offerings. Whatever the offerings we are going to implement to the client, that we are going to group it. Whatever the offerings we are going to implement to the client, that we are going to group it. Okay. Just 1 second. Okay, sorry. A group of offerings. So whatever the offerings you want to implement to the client, then we will be using. What are the offerings we have in Fusion applications, that we have to discuss first. What are the offerings we have in Fusion applications, that we have to discuss. We have financials, we have HCM, we have Oracle Fusion Financial Management, Oracle Fusion Human Capital Management, Oracle Fusion Supply Chain Management, Oracle Fusion Portfolio Project Portfolio Management. We call it as PPM. In Oracle applications, we call it as a project accounting. Here we call it as a project portfolio management. Oracle Fusion Procurement, Oracle Fusion CRM, Oracle Fusion GRC. These are the main offerings we have in Fusion applications. More than 100 modules. More than 100 modules we have in Fusion applications. More than 100 modules we have in Fusion applications. Okay. So you can see here dashboards, reports, extensibility. This is common in every offering. So that's going to be available in every offering. So in that model, you can build some reports and you can build some dashboards and you can build some extensions. Nothing but ADF personalizations and all. Okay. So these are the main offerings we have. These are the main offerings we have. Here, functional consultants are different. Okay. Financial functional consultant will learn financial management. Financial management. HR consultant will learn HCM management. SCM supply chain management consultant will go for this. This is financial again. Project portfolio management is an extension for financials. Fusion procurement, Fusion CRM, sales, Fusion GRC, government report and risk, governance, report and risk, compliance. Okay. So these are the main offerings we have. Then as a technical consultant, for example, you joined as a technical person in Fusion applications, you have to work in financials, you have to work in HCM, you have to work in SCM also. You should be in a position to at least 2 domains are required. At least 2 domains are required. I'm a financial technical consultant means you should understand the financial business flow. When I say I am a HR technical consultant, you should understand the HR technical business flow. Same thing, SCM business flow. So these 3 we are going to cover in my training, I am going to cover financials, HCM, supply chain management. These three domains I am going to cover technically. This is a technical batch. We are going to cover technically. When I say technically, we'll discuss 30% of functional knowledge, means business flow. What are the tables? What are the joins? And what reports we have to build? How to understand existing reports? How to implement security? This all we are going to discuss in financial domain, in HCM domain, in supply chain management domain. If there is a job in the Naukri, for example, in job site, we are looking for a finance technical person, then you are suitable. If there is a job for HCM technical, then you are suitable. If there is a job in supply chain management, then you are suitable. Why we are learning three offerings? Financials, HCM, supply chain management. Why we are learning three domains is, now in Fusion applications, at least two domains are expecting. At least two domains the clients are expecting. You should be in a position to work in at least two domains. They may assign you technically in another domain also. All of a sudden, if they get any work in the Fusion project portfolio management, obviously they will assign the technical work. You should be in a position to understand that particular module and work. That is what the market is expecting. Okay, so here we have to understand the basic architecture of Fusion applications, and also we have to understand these three domains at least. Then once you are clear all these three domains technically, then remaining any domain you can work. Not a problem. Not a problem. Okay, so we'll be discussing overview of functional in financials and HR and supply chain management. Then we will go for talk about technical areas of that area. Okay, so any doubts here, please let me know. Please enter in chat window if you have any doubts over here. Fine. Next, the people who are from EBS background, they can easily understand. We are going to cover complete P2P cycle and order to cash cycle. P2P cycle and order to cash cycle. Okay, fine. So these are the offerings we have. First, whenever we are implementing Fusion applications, yes, Dasrath, is techno-functional batch, how much percentage will going to cover? Yes, yes, let me give you the clarity. This is 100% technical, Dasrath. No chance that we are missing any of the topic technically. 40% of functional we are going to discuss. Why we have to learn functional? What is the reason? For example, once you join in the project, they'll ask you, develop one invoice report. We don't know what is invoice, how to create an invoice, how to cancel the invoice, how to approve the invoice. We must know it, right? So that's why we have to learn the functional business flow. That's why we have to learn the functional business flow. That is one. Okay. So this particular batch is for technical people who are interested to write the coding, who are ready to build their forms, ready to write the coding and all this. Okay. Next, if at all people want to go for functional, then they have to join, like a HCM functional is there. That I am going to teach. That is another batch. What we will learn there, 100% functional. That is functional. And only 30% is a technical. We'll discuss over there. Okay, so that's quite different. Okay, so is everybody understand here? Now this batch is this. This is another one. HCM functional is there. Finance functional is there. Supply chain management functional is there. So as I told yesterday, right, there are technical jobs, functional jobs, and DBA related jobs. Okay, so technical means there is only one. This particular, whatever the syllabus I am going to cover, this is common for financials or supply chain management or any domain, whatever we have here. Okay, so you are flexible to work in any technical in any module here technically. Okay, now this is, if at all you want to learn the functional, you want to be a functional consultant, then this batch is not the right one. This is purely for technical. This batch is for purely technical. Functional batch, if you want to learn, please contact Naresh. He will explain you. Uh, Most probably on 17th, another batches are going on that you can attend. This is 100% technical we are discussing, and 40% of functional we are going to talk. Fine. Let me know any other doubts. Still any confusion is there?
Sir, Naresh has shared on 24th there is a techno-functional batch.
Yes.
Is that
That is this one. 17th we have, 24th we have. That's.
if we are looking for techno-functional, do we need to join both the batches?
Yeah, that's see, techno functional means two types we have. Let me, who is speaking? Dasratha. Fine.
Yes.
Dasratha, there are two things. Let me make it very clear. Techno functional means two things are there. One, 100% technical and 40% functional. Another one is 100% functional and 30% or 40% technical discussion. That's going to be techno-functional. It means you are a basically technical consultant. You are basically technical consultant and you have some knowledge on the functional. That is one model. And you are basically functional, but also you have some knowledge on the technical things. Okay. So if you tell me your background, I can suggest you which one is comfortable for you.
Yeah, technical surveyor.
You are working in which ERP right now?
EBS ERP, sir, technical.
Okay, you are working in Oracle applications, right? So you are working in Oracle Apps EBS technical, right?
Yeah.
So if you are working in Oracle Apps EBS technical, then this is going to be suitable for you. People who are working in Oracle applications functionally, they might be working in financials or supply chain management or HCM, they have to join in these batches. This. Okay. Somebody want to learn even functional also. You are a technical person. Now what your wish is, I want to, you are a technical person, definitely you have to learn this. This is your extension. As you are Oracle Apps technical right now, what is the next level of progression your is Oracle Fusion technical. This is your next progression course. This is what you are going to, this batch is this one. Okay. So after learning this, you in case you wanted to be a functional, I don't want to continue as a technical in future, then you have to go for this. That time what happened? This experience is not going to be helpful you. Whatever the EBS experience is there, that may not be helpful for your career in the future, because you decided to move into the functional instead of technical. So as you are already working in Oracle applications technically, then you better learn Oracle Fusion technical. Once you are comfortable with this, then you can go ahead for the next step. It is. Yes. Any other doubt? Yes, tell me.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Any other doubts? Please let me know. Because most of the people are confused, like whether I am suitable for this or which course I have to join in Fusion, like that. So if you tell me your previous experience and your current role, I can suggest you which one is better for you. Fine. Yes. Is it possible for technical center to go for functional job? Aishwarya, in the initial stage, it is difficult. In the initial stage, it is difficult. You should work for some time as a Fusion technical. After that, you can go ahead to learn the functional. Because as a functional consultant, we should understand the domain knowledge. We should understand the client requirement. So then better you, if you are already working in Oracle apps as a technical, better go for Fusion Technical. Then once you done the technical, Fusion Technical, in case you want to move to the functional, you can move, no problem. But in the technical itself, you will be able to work for a clients. Sam, I'm from non-Oracle background. Which one do you suggest? Sam, it is very simple. If you say, I'm a programmer, I'm ready to write the coding, better go for this technical. If you say, no, I don't like programming, I'm not a technical, like I'm not interested to be a programmer, then better go for functional. It's very simple. If you say, I can write queries, I can build reports, I can write some basic Java coding also, then better go for Fusion Technical. If you say, no, I'm sorry, I can't write the coding, I'm not interested, better go for functional. That is another batch. This batch is purely technical. It's for technical. The another batch will be started in another 1 week, most probably on 14th, I think so, evening 8:30 to 9:30. There are 5 batches are running functional, and this is the Fusion Technical. We are the first people who has started Fusion Technical. We could not find anywhere Fusion Technical courses. Uh, I have gone through number of job descriptions in the Naukri.com and other job sites, and I understood what exactly the clients are looking for this. This is the perfect syllabus for technical consultant. It's very clear. People who are already working in Oracle applications as technical consultant, they must learn this course. No option. They must learn this course so that they'll be getting updated. Okay, fine. Suresh, I heard that there are not much openings for Fusion technical side, is it? Yes, Suresh, if you learn only part 1, there may be less. Because part 1 is only for these projects. Now, maximum projects are running in this environment. But after some time, the clients will go ahead with this PaaS environment, platform as a service. What is the difference between this one and this? Application wise, both are same. But in this, your price is very less. Small and medium clients will go for SaaS model, very less price. Same server will be shared by multiple clients. Same server will be shared by multiple clients. That's what we call it as a cloud SaaS model. Okay. So what we will do is, this we will just go for functional setups here. Okay. Then cloud PaaS model, platform as a service, individual server. Here, client want to have their own server. When we say individual server, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want. So if the cloud PaaS model is there, then this syllabus is required. If cloud SaaS model is there, then this syllabus is required. Last 3 years, cloud SaaS model is going on. Now clients have started for PaaS model as well as for on-premises. What is difference between cloud PaaS and on-premises? It is very simple. If the server is maintained by our client, it's on-premises. In our office, our server will be there. Cloud PaaS model means server will be maintained by the Oracle DBA. We can do whatever customizations we want, whatever setups we want. Okay, so that's the thing. So the reason why there are no technical jobs so far much compared to functional is, so far Fusion projects are going on in this area, cloud SaaS model. There we don't find much scope for technical. Only few things like personalization, BA reports, this. Okay, but when we go for PaaS model and on premises, definitely these two, part 1 and part 2, both we have to learn, and both are going to be the options here. Okay, next, Prashant, I would like to go for HCM techno functionalist. Syllabus covers. Don't worry, Prashant. When I say 100% technically, which will be covered for HCM, finance, and supply chain management. These three we are going to cover, Prashant, that you don't need to worry. Okay. And whereas if I go for fusion technical, it may not cover for HCM silver. It will be covered, Prashant. That's why I told minimum 2 domains were enough for EBS and in earlier ERPs. Just now, Suresh has asked me, I heard that there are not much openings on fusion technical side. The reason is people are just learning only HCM technical or only finance technical or only SCM technical. But if you learn all these 3 domains technical, then it's going to be demand. You are going to be in demand. Okay, that's why I have designed this separately. See, you can see here PO, AP, procure to pay cycle, P2P cycle, order to cash cycle, which will combine both finance and supply chain management. And this comes also HCM extractions, data extractions, HDL. This comes under the HCM. So this all comes under the technical of these 3 designs. Yes. Any other doubts? Yes. What are the chances of getting a job between functional and technical in the present mark? Sham, it is very simple regarding the job point of view. Functional people will go for functional, technical people go for technical. So there are equal chances as technical and functional. Okay. So there is nothing that, but you have to decide whether you are going to be fit for functional or technical. See, there are jobs for functional, but even if you learn a functional, you should be in a position to understand the functionality, right? So functional is something for a people who are having domain knowledge. Okay. As I told just now, it is very simple logic. Which course I have to choose, whether technical or functional, is very simple. If you are ready to write the coding, then better go for technical. If you are okay for functional, then this one is okay. Okay. So both are there in the market. For experienced people who are already working in Oracle applications, technical consultant, for them it is better to go for technically in the initial stage. Technical only we have to go for. Functional means again that is a setups. You can decide according to that. Fine. Fine. It's a good having good discussion about the syllabus and which one is suitable. All this. Okay. So today we'll just complete implementation project. How to create an implementation. Here we can see almost technical roles. These all are required for technical consultant. So what is implementation project? We have to group the offerings, whatever you want to implement to the client, whatever you want to implement to the client. So let's go to setup and maintenance. Implementation project. Now we would like to create a new implementation project. So financial person will create a financial functional. Supply chain management person will create a supply chain management functional. HR people will create a HCM function implementation project. Okay, so let's create one implementation project. Name of the implementation project, let's say here it is. Here it is, implementation project. And who are going to complete this project? What is the start date and what is going to be end date? Like this, we can mention the start date and end date of the implementation project. Click next button. Now here we can see select offerings to implement to the client. What offerings you want to implement to the client. So whatever offerings you want to implement to the client, that we have to select. This all we can see offerings. Procurement, sales, workforce deployment and development. Nothing but a HR, nothing but a HCM, order management, marketing, financials, Fusion Accounting Hub, enterprise contacts, compensation management, like this. Here we are going to select. Okay. Let's say I would like to go for workforce deployment. I would like to go for workforce deployment model. This is the offering I want to implement to the client. Workforce deployment. What are the features we have? Nothing but what are the modules we have in workforce deployment? Future payroll options management. Let's say I want to implement only payroll. The client has decided to implement only payroll feature, means only payroll module. Then we have to select this. Okay. Save and close the project. I have selected one offering, one feature. Only one offering, and we selected one feature, and I'm going to close the project. Click done button. I'll just show you the navigation, how to log in and how to connect to the implementation project and how to do it. Select login. Setup and maintenance. Implementation projects. Select heritage. The moment when we choose the implementation project, it will show you automatically what are the offerings you have selected to implement to your client. We selected workforce deployment offering. In this, what are the features you want to implement? Payroll feature. This is common for every HR, nothing but a global HR. That is a common module for everybody. That is a common module for everybody. For every client, this global HR is mandatory. For every client, global HR is mandatory, and we decided to go for payroll, another feature. So this is nothing but your feature. Select. Inside of this, we'll see the task list. This is what your task list. This is what your task. One task is nothing but one page. Open the task. One task is nothing but one page. Open this. Like this, we'll go for select the task. This is your task. So let me explain you here. Workforce deployment, that is nothing but your offerings. That is nothing but your offerings. Within this, you will find futures. Defined payroll is the future. Within this, we will find task list. This is task list. We used to call it as a menus. We used to call it as menus. And within this, we'll find the tasks. Task is nothing but a page or form. We will call it as a page. Task is nothing but a page. We call it as form also. So like this, we'll create an implementation project. Once implementation project is created, these tasks will be assigned to the developers. Whoever is working in the project will assign this task, will assign the tasks. How to assign the task? There is a button, assign task. Let's say 4 members are working in the project. There are 200 tasks we have to complete, nothing but 200 setups we have to complete. So obviously we'll be sharing those setups, right? Who has to complete this task, who has to complete other tasks, that you can go for assign the task to the users. That we can go for assign the task to the users. So once a user has to complete this particular task, like that we will go for configure it. So that whenever that user log into the applications, whenever this user log into the applications, system will show this task we have to complete. This task has to be completed. So implementation project is basically to group your offerings, what you want to implement to the client, plus you have to go for define the or assign the tasks. You have to assign the task to the users. You have to assign the task to the users. You have to assign the tasks to the users. So we can assign the task to the users and we can find who has completed the task. Whenever user log in and do the task, he can go for edit status. I have started working on this particular, and any notes are required, he'll go for it. So like this, the status can be changed. Status can be changed over here. Then who will create this implementation project in the real time? Project manager is going to create. As a consultant, whether you are a technical consultant or functional consultant, you are not going to create a implementation project. You are not going to assign the task to the users. Who will create implementation project? As a project manager, what I am supposed to do is I have to create an implementation project and I have to group the offerings what we want implemented to the client. After grouping the offerings, then after grouping the features, I have selected only payroll feature, means payroll module. Maybe you want to go for implement 5-6 modules or 5-6 features, then you have to select those things. Then we have to select those things. After grouping these features, then we will go for assign this task to my team members. In my team, there are 4 members are there. One person is working for payroll module, one person is working for absence management, one person is very strong technically. So I have to assign the tasks to them. I have to assign the task. I have to assign the talent management module to talent management consultant. I have to assign technical tasks to the technical consultant. So that is my job as a project manager. But we have to learn Okay, what is implementation project, how to create, how to group the offerings, because that is the basic thing. Everybody must know it. Even this is not our job in the real time when we are working in the project, but still we must know it, and in fact we have to create. Without creating the implementation project, you cannot access your offerings, you cannot access your features, you cannot access your tasks. If you are not able to access all this, then no chance that you can work with the application. Okay, so what is the first one? To work with the application or to implement the application, implementation project has to be created. Implementation project has to be created, then only we can go for implement Fission applications to the client. That okay. So any doubts here in the implementation project? Fine. So this is the first task we have completed, implementation project. Okay. Next class we are going to talk about how to create one username and password, and what are the roles we have to assign to the user. This all we are going to assign. Okay. So now the syllabus is already started. Last session we have talked about introduction of Fission applications. Today we just completed simple task, implementation project. Monday we are going to start with the third one, how to create username and password. Okay. So please confirm with Naresh who are going to be continue with the batch. Any doubts are there, please contact Naresh. Still you are not clear with the Naresh, or you are not in a position to take a decision, still you want to speak with me, please take the number from Mr. Naresh and contact so that I can talk to you. Okay. Better WhatsApp on my number. I can reply whenever I am free, or I can call you and discuss. Okay. Thank you. So Monday, the meeting ID will be changed. So Monday meeting ID will be changed. People who are interested, who want to continue, please contact Naresh. He will provide you the another meeting ID. Okay. Thank you.